we would like to present to you a framed copy of the letter from Mark Tessier-Levine naming Lillian Senior Decision Support Analyst Emerita.
Everybody will always still know what my email is.
You can still reach Lillian. She gets an A parking sticker. The Emerita designation is reserved for staff of extreme length of service and contribution to the university, and I cannot think of a more deserving recipient than Lillian. Would you like to be on the agenda? Why don't we do the presents and then a few remarks from Lillian. So Doug was saying that they're leaving on their flight on midnight-ish between Saturday and Sunday, so that's like 24 hours, and a little bit more, have it packed, and we want to help. So let's just share a few of the parting gifts from Stanford and from IRDS. And so maybe we want to bring the bags up. Come on up, Lillian. So we may won't unwrap everything, but I want you to at least take some of the tissue off the big things. It's a travel backpack. Okay, keep going. This is a GoPro-ish to help you record your travels. And yes, so this is to help you with your travel blogging so that we can all keep up with your adventures. And just, there are a couple more things in here to help you on your travels, but maybe just open this one more. Tear the paper. You can have the rest of the roll to my office. 1,000 places to see before you quit seeing places. And we wish you all the best in your adventures. Uh-oh. Anyone? So,
I don't want to take a long time. I thought about like reminiscing over the past, but then I would just be here forever. I mean, it really has been an incredible journey when I think about the beginning and like, you know, when I did teach those classes at the breaks, I used to offer tours of the mainframe. It's like, if you want, you can come with me into Forsyth and see the mainframe. But I was going to talk a little bit, just two things, a little bit about why I decided to retire, and then some thank yous. So there are two main reasons why I decided to retire. One of which is I was just totally wasted after doing Cirrus. But the other reason is that my father had a sudden stroke when he was only 2 years older than I am now, and so and died eventually. So you never know how long you have, and I certainly hope that I have longer than he did, but you never know. So you know, I much as I love work, I do have other things I want to do too, and so I figured, you know, I might only have 2 years left, so I better get started. So this leads to a little puzzle, just for fun. So some of you might wonder, well, just how old is she anyway? So I'm not going to tell you directly, because, you know, you don't usually reveal your age. I also really like puzzles. So this is a really easy puzzle. This is a very special year, because both myself and my beloved son are cubes. So, and if you figure out what ages we are, then you can also figure out how old I was when I had Nick, because that interval is always the same. And it's a prime number. So that should give you enough information to figure it out. So the other thing is I really wanted to thank everyone, because, I mean, everybody here, you know, some of you have known a lot longer, but everybody has enriched my life in some way. You know, that I've learned something or kind of had a laugh with you. And I just have probably the biggest thing when I look back is I do feel a sense of accomplishment, and that's very rewarding also, but I look back on just like dozens of really fun memories, you know, ranging from, you know, sharing chocolates, to hearing rock stories, to hanging out in the lunchroom, to wearing matching polka dot dresses, to, you know, all sorts of walks to the cactus garden. I just have lots and lots of memories of really fun times. And so I actually have thank you cards for everybody, which I will put out. I also have free stickers. I don't know if you noticed the stickers. Those of you who were participating in the student requirements will know that we always had stickers at every meeting. So I took some of the leftover stickers, plus I made extras of some of the Australian animals were really popular, so I made a few extras of those. So there's a number of animals, Stanford, and just general I'm great type stickers over there. So I will add the thank you cards over there, but I did have a few people that I wanted to call out particularly. I'm going to go in the order of just how long I've known them. And I have for them, I have special thank you cards that have personal writing on them. Otherwise, they're the same as the other. But they also have personalized stickers on them, which is really, really special, because only 2 other people have ever gotten personalized stickers, which are Sarah and Janice, wherever you are. So I hope you appreciate the magnitude of that honor. So the first person that I'm going to speak to is Corey, and I'm just going to read a little bit of what it says inside, so you don't have to open it up right away. In the relatively short span of time since you've taken on the leadership reins of IDEA, you have come up to speed remarkably quickly on the ins and outs of the CERES project, and I love that you've become such a staunch advocate for it, willing to lobby hard for what it needs. I'm also very grateful that you have been so supportive of me personally, willing to be flexible as we work out my ramp down strategy. It's much appreciated. Thank you for everything. I look forward to watching from further away as IDES and CERES grow and flourish in years to come. The next one is for Samir. Where did Samir go? I could not have asked for a better partner working on CERES. You have been a creative problem solver a conscientious developer seeking to do things the best way, not necessarily the easiest way, and a wonderfully cheerful colleague. In fact, a lot of the things you said about me, I would say about you, so maybe we're just like, mind meld or something. I'll always remember, in fact, that once I emailed you and told you, can you call me when you're free, because I need someone to cheer me up. And you did. You not only called me, but you did cheer me up. And it was great, because, we had a lot of rough spots. And there's some days, I actually didn't remember you ever needing cheering. I remember needing cheering a fair amount. And Samir would always find a way. So anyway, this is for you. And then Tim is really the driver behind this here. He's the one who really
Not true.
wanted it and made it happen. And for that, the whole Stanford community should thank you. In addition, I thank you not only for your steadfast conviction about the importance of the project, but for your warmth and graciousness and your personal support of me. It meant a great deal for me knowing that if I was hitting a particularly rough spot, I could come to you for advice and support, and I did. Thank you for caring about people as well as projects. And so the last one is for one of the people I've known the longest here. I think maybe only Connie and possibly Doug, which is Rudez. Where are you? Oh, there you are. Many of you may not actually realize this, but when Connie was saying she first hired me, Lourdes was working in that area, and so Lourdes and I go way back. So what I have here is, dear Lourdes, it has been such a delight to have you part of my life again. You were warm and thoughtful and creative back in the 80s when we were in Lou Henry Hoover, and you still are. Thank you for the brightness and cheer you brought to each day, and especially for your role in coordinating this big shindig for me. I'm blessed to have such energy and effort exerted on my behalf. And I know there were a lot of people involved, and so I will make sure that I find a way to thank everybody who participated, and I really appreciate it. But I think that's... So my last comment is, one of the ways to have a good party like this, with a nice turnout, is to work for a large organization that also has a lot of turnover. So just I'm curious, how many people in this room either are in IRDS or were at some point even working as a contractor? So, you see, you can get half a party just right there. Anyway, thank you, everybody. It's been really great.